are a bunch of children bastardizing real and important leftist movements, bringing back cringe. But their older counterparts, upset about the criticism of skinny jeans, are also bringing back cringe. Together, Millennials and Gen Z will bring back cringe once and for all. JK, it's not really Millennials versus Gen Z anymore. It's Gen Z versus a bunch of middle-aged white women that are upset about side parts and skinny jeans. Yeah, as a bunch of black people on Twitter pointed out, it's really just middle-aged white women that are just really, really upset about literal children, pointing out that their style is a little outdated, maybe cringe, and getting upset by that, even though you're like 36 and have a child. After Gen Z decided to take the TikTok world by storm and romanticize a revolution where, you know, the entire revolution is just setting the Capitol building on fire, even though that's not how it works. Millennials have now decided to come out of the woodworks on TikTok and make themselves look worse than they already do. I tend to think a lot of criticisms of millennials are unnecessary, unjustified, but this is just... it's time for me to roast you guys, because what the fuck is this? Lo and behold, 13-year-olds on TikTok think the style of 30-year-olds is cringe. Wow, who would have guessed it? But middle-aged white women on TikTok have taken this personally, to the point of singing, unfortunately.
Hey Gen Z, you can suck it. You can't tell me what to wear. 'Cause I've been rocking this side part since you had Kermit on your underwear. So cute. And you can pry these skinny jeans from my cold dead ass, you hear? So Gen Z, you can suck it. You can't tell me what to wear. Oh, you guys look grumpy. You should take a nap.
Ma'am, don't you have a child to neglect? You are a grown-ass adult, and you are getting so upset about 15-year-olds not liking a 35-year-old's style. You know, they say your brain stops developing at 25, and, you know, that should be the marker for a lot of things. And I've always been a bit hesitant to agree with that, because middle-aged women like this obviously needed more time to cook. I've known 6-year-olds with more maturity than some of the people over the age of 25. I'm hesitant to agree that the maturity level is based upon your age, especially considering there are a lot of adults that act like this. You'd think that age would be a marker of maturity. You'd think, but my dad exists. So what now? Also, ma'am, I am going to gently suggest that you do not tell a generation that consists primarily of literal children to suck it. I just don't think it is the smartest word choice you could make in this situation. With that being said, even though a majority of Gen Z are literal children, there are a good portion of us, at least 5 years worth of us, that are adults with jobs and go to college and have moved out. So we're gonna have to stop infantilizing Gen Z at some point, because apparently this woman is unaware that the oldest Gen Z child, will say, who is not a child anymore, is like 23 or 24. We might be at that point. So there are some Gen Z kids that are literally out of college. A common theme from these white women writing songs about how much they hate Gen Z is that they're very upset about the side part and skinny jean trend. This is not the only woman that loses her fucking mind over this.
There is constantly a competition between Gen Z and Millennials, and Gen Z telling Millennials that they need to stop wearing side parts and skinny jeans. Well, here's the thing, Gen Z. Millennials shouldn't be trying to dress like 14, 15, 16-year-olds. And I hope that when you are 28, 29, 30, you're not trying to dress like 14, 16, 15, 16-year-olds. So when you see a millennial not wearing not wearing a middle part and not wearing the jeans that you want them to be, maybe you just shut up because they shouldn't be. You should be actually worried about people. You know what? No, you just keep your opinions to yourself because you're literally 6 years old. You're 12. You don't know nothing. You don't even know how to do anything. I don't even care about your opinion. I don't care about what you have to think about anything. We are part of the fashion development to get where you were today. So shut up about it. I don't even care what you think. I look terrible in a middle part.
Have you seen the new FNAF
I look
trailer?
terrible in it.
I put the Jack Black version on the screen to soothe the sinking feeling of doom as you realize that these are the adults that really do need to combat climate change or we will die. So I've accepted death. There's so much to unpack. I personally believe that no matter what age you are, you can dress however you want. If a 40-year-old millennial wanted to dress like a Gen Z kid, I would not sit there and be weird about it because clothes are just clothes. And if you add more meaning to that shit, go outside. She was onto something when she implied that 35-year-olds should not be caring. But that idea she implies is counteracted by her literally having a fucking meltdown over a 15-year-old making a lighthearted joke about her side part. You can't say that you don't care about the opinion of someone and be literally on the verge of tears. I'm sorry. What terrifies me is, I don't know if these women have kids. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But just the idea that this woman is raising a child terrifies me to the core. I am so worried for Generation Alpha. I'm genuinely so worried for them. For several different reasons, most of them being climate change, but I'm just so worried. I also really, really felt it to my core when she screamed in pure agony that she doesn't look good in a middle part. I really felt that. I'm not too fond of the middle part trend either, because when I do a middle part, I look like a 12-year-old British boy that goes to a boarding school and comes home going, "Mumsy, can I have a crumpet, Mumsy?" It's hilarious, but I look awful in a middle part and I'm never gonna do it. But I'm not going to have a literal tantrum over children telling me that my side part is cringe. I'm going to cope with it like an adult. I feel like this isn't satire because of the genuine emotion in her eyes and her voice. She is either a fantastic actress and needs to get hired immediately, or this is genuine and I'm scared.
Gen Z's trying to what? Cancel Eminem. Gen Z's trying to cancel Eminem? Honey, that's cute. Listen, little kitties, let me make this quite clear. This man was around even before you were here. So what, you're all mad because the man was a lyricist while all your rappers are mumbling gibberish? No, go ahead and shut your mouth. Better yet, go and sit your ass in time out, because boy was running laps even before you could walk. Hell, boy was spitting bars even before you could talk. So no, afraid you're null and void, dear. I'm afraid your opinion don't matter here, because one day you'll grow up and see how everyone went and forgot about Z.
So much to unpack here. If you say anything bad about Eminem, a bunch of middle-aged white people and Elon Musk fanboys will roll out of the shrubs and go into attack mode. They'll lose their fucking minds. Not everybody can rap. I'm gonna start gatekeeping rapping, actually. In the Gatekeep Girl Boss Gaslight, I'm the gatekeep. I'm going to gatekeep rapping now. I know nothing about rapping, but I know enough that this woman should not be doing it. Also, I love that she says that he was doing shit before we were born, like it's a flex. I feel like that's one of the weirdest insults you can make, because it's like, okay, I can say that about you and boomers. Oh, you're complaining about boomers? Well, they were alive before you were born, because time keeps going. Time keeps going and babies keep getting born. Checkmate, atheists. And also, her comparing Eminem to current rappers, all I have to say about that is a regurgitation of a tweet that I will not be able to find, and I wish I could find so I could credit them properly. Essentially, this black person tweeted, "I'll take whatever mumble rap stuff is going on today over a bunch of white dudes fast rapping." I feel like white people that don't know shit about rap think that rapping fast is the epitome of talent, but it's not. Rap stands for rhythm and poetry goes at different speeds. And this obsession over white dudes that rap fast, it's really weird. It feels like you guys are colonizing hip-hop. I think it's just time to accept that maybe the people that created the genre know more about the genre than you do. I love how she says, you know, you'll grow up and everybody will forget about Z. No, we'll grow up and die from climate change. Nick, don't do it. Nick, don't do it. You're better than this. Don't breach the discourse again, Nick. Don't do it. I'm gonna do it. Hey, guys, just one more time for the people that didn't listen to me the first time. Criticism is not canceling. Every time you get a negative reaction from something you do, that is not canceling. Please stop using the word cancel every time something doesn't go your way. Quite frankly, it's embarrassing at this point. And if you use the word cancel unironically on any end of the spectrum in the discourse, I will not take you seriously. Now, let's go back to criticizing things, because that's what happens when you have social media and the First Amendment. Things get negatively criticized. Anyways, like millennial black people pointed out on Twitter, this is mostly just a middle-aged white woman versus Gen Z fight. The rest of them are kind of like, what the fuck they doing over there? Truly, it is just middle-aged white women trying to roast literal children, all whilst raising their child with an iPad. So, everybody point and laugh. Haha.